everyone, and welcome to the
Edu
Talk
Talk
Pod.
Pod.
On the first episode, we are going to talk about navigating the ins and outs of JC life, and I'll do like a brief round of introduction. So my name is Ninn, and I am from Hwa Chong JC. I just graduated, and I was in the IP stream. So my secondary school was Nanyang Girls High School.
Okay, my name is Nikitha and I'm from National Junior College. I was in the IP stream.
Hi guys, I'm Sarah. I was also from Hwa Chong, same as Ninn, and I came from the O-level stream from Singapore Chinese Girls School.
Okay, hi everyone, I'm Darius, and similar to Ninn, I was from the IP stream from Hwa Chong. So yeah, for the past 6 years, I've been in Hwa Chong.
Go Hwa Chong. Okay, so in light of the fact that JC is just starting for the J1s, let's talk a bit about, orientation. So what was that like? What was your first day of orientation like?
For me, my first day of orientation was mostly filled with talks about our subject combis. And because NJC offers some subjects that other schools don't offer, like knowledge and inquiry, and English language and linguistics, and the mother tongue languages and linguistics subjects also. So there were many subject combis to choose from lah. So we had like most of the first day was gone to subject combi talks. Apart from that, we also got to do some icebreakers to get to know our OGLs and our orientation group mates.
Fun or not?
I mean, yeah lah, but as fun as a bunch of briefings can be, you know.
Facts.
Nice.
What's your experience,
My-
Sarah?
Oh well, I'm not gonna lie. I forgot everything about orientation.
Facts, same.
Yeah. Okay, go on. So, but I just remember that our orientation period was like quite long because we have like 2 sections. So first one is like general like orientation about like the school and stuff. Then like that's like 2 weeks long, right? Then after that we have class orientation for like another few days. So like our whole orientation period is like 3 weeks, about 3 weeks like that. Yeah, but honestly like our orientation period was like
During COVID, so it
Yeah.
wasn't like
It wasn't as fun as I expected lah, cause
Yeah.
we had fixed sitting, so we couldn't like move around,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
no
Yeah.
running, no shouting.
yeah, and then no
So
like
there was a lot of
competition.
there was a lot of
There was no,
restrictions
like,
and everything.
yeah.
You couldn't interact with other OGs, which I think was
Yeah.
quite a pity that we didn't get to experience lah. But I think our juniors got to see the more fun side of orientation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
I think they had like a water slide thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You see, like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
my God.
Our juniors had a had a water slide. It was awesome.
Yeah, like it was like a hill. Then they like
They
the
put like a
courses
tub on
line.
the-
Yeah, they like oh my god, they had a water slide at me before
We
paper
didn't.
cranes.
No, we had to dance.
Yeah, oh yeah, we had to dance. We danced a lot.
Sodache. Run,
Yeah.
run, run. Some running song.
Oh yeah. Hwa Chong does this thing called sodache. It's like song,
And dance. And cheer.
Yeah.
Song and cheer and dance.
Yeah, so we just danced a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also had dancing.
Good
But that
cardio.
one is like, so we have like one dance that we learn every single orientation every year. So it's like summer nights.
Same. Oh,
And then
yeah.
after that we have another one that they choreograph every year. So we have that too, and we also have NGC cheers.
So like Sarah, since you are like in JE, was it hard to integrate into like a school where people predominantly come from the IP track?
Okay, initially before I went into JC, I was thinking like, oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to make any friends, man. Like at least like not like
Yeah.
super close friends. But I was lucky enough to go into a class with mostly like JE students. So in the end, it wasn't that hard. But I still had some like IP. There's still some IP students in my class, but I thought it was like still easy, like okay to make friends with them also. Yeah, so not that bad.
Fun. Wait, does Hwa Chong put all the JE students together, or is it just because you're BCME and it's like
Yeah,
common
just because
subject?
BCME.
Oh yeah. Okay. How about you, Darius? How was orientation?
Orientation, it was. I mean, I forgot a lot of it because there was a lot of restrictions lah. So it really wasn't as
Memorable.
I wouldn't say it wasn't memorable, but it
Mhm.
wasn't as fun as I thought. Like I
Yeah.
didn't get to make the close friends that many of my seniors talked about lah.
Yeah.
Within
I see,
orientation, so
okay.
yeah, but yeah, so even like the interaction part, it really depends on how your OGL does it, right? Like some OGLs they sort your city arrangements every day, whereas mine didn't really. It's not to say that they're bad OGLs, but yeah, it just meant that we didn't really get the opportunity to like interact among ourselves, and we were just mostly stuck lah. Even like, I think back then we had to tapao from the canteen, right?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, so we
yeah.
had to bring it back to
And
class
the
all
queues
that.
were so long.
Yeah, so it was kind of horrific, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, kind of exposed me to how crowded the canteen was.
Got
Never
monster
got
every
better.
day.
It never got better.
It didn't get better throughout the 2 years. Man.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any like tips or advice for like new students or maybe people who are more introverted on how to navigate this new like social situation or how to make new friends?
I think firstly, all the IP students have to stop like going and just hanging out with their own IP friends.
Yeah.
Because if not, there's gonna be a very obvious divide between the IP and JAE students in the school lah. But that's to say that your school has IP students. So if they don't, then I mean, if they don't and everyone is new at your school, then I guess everyone just has to remember that we're all new students and most people don't know anyone else.
Yeah.
So everyone is experiencing this at the same time. So you might as well try to participate and try to strike up a conversation. Even if you don't know how to approach someone and be like, hey, and then like talk to them because you're awkward or whatever. I feel like participating in the orientation games and stuff that your OGLs make you do will actually help you make friends more easily lah.
I think for me personally, I'm a little bit more extroverted. So like honestly, orientation was quite fun because I love talking to new people and like making connections. But I've realized that to be more maybe like extroverted and put yourself out there, you just have to be shameless. Honestly, just be shameless. Like everyone's focused on themselves and not really like thinking about you. So just talk to that person, and I think be inclusive, like, because I was an IP and I had a lot of friends in my class already. My best friend from Sec 1, Shanla, shout out to you. She was in my class, and it was really like for CG especially, learning to like be inclusive to other people and just talk to everyone because everyone was so fun. Like it was awesome. Okay.
Yeah, I think like going to orientation or like going to any thing that you have to meet new people, I think the most important thing is to like be confident lah, because everyone is going into orientation with the same purpose, which is to make friends.
Yeah.
So it's like, as long as you're confident, like you can just strike a conversation with anyone lah. And you think about it, if someone approaches you and introduces themselves to you, like I wouldn't be judging them lah.
Yeah,
So that's what
yeah.
other people will be doing when you introduce yourself to them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's okay to be introverted, it's okay to be scared, but like I think mainly you just need to be confident lah.
And like put yourself out there.
Yeah, put yourself out there and like even like throughout the games, maybe you may be too scared to participate, but because that was me lah, I'm not the type that participates a lot in games, but I think you just need to stick to a few people, like in the first place, like get to know a few people and then you stick to them, then from then you expand your social circle from there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think mainly be confident about yourself lah. Yeah, people don't judge as much as you think.
How about you, Sarah?
Me? Well, okay, like personally, I'm like outgoing, but I don't really like to make new friends. Like I can just like surface level like talk to someone like okay, yeah. But then I was like, wait, I can't just have no friends in JC, Like so I was like, okay, I better go and make some new friends. So I just like every day during recess, just go and eat with different people, I guess. Yeah, then that's how my friend group even formed, okay? Like it's like we just because we all like JE, then we don't really know anything, then we just congregate together. Then we became one like crazy bunch. Yeah. That's how you make friends, guys, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Advice from Sarah.
Yeah,
think,
just
yeah.
be shameless also.
Just
Yeah.
to share also, like when I was in my class, I think, cause I'm from SNTP, so
Smart
like
boy.
Smart, yeah.
So most of my classmates, those that,
What is SNT?
Oh,
so
what is
SN,
SNTP?
yeah, SNTP is actually Science Math Talent Program lah. So
Whoa.
not to flex, but
Not the flex.
But
I'm quite talented in my own ways lah. Okay, but anyways, so
Facts.
yeah, so I was from SNTP. So back in high school, I wasn't from SNTP. So when I moved into SNTP in JC, a lot of the people inside my class they already knew each other because they were all long from SNTP. So I think for me that was something that was very daunting lah, because you don't know how smart they are or how they may judge me for not being from an SNTP class. But I think they were very inclusive lah. I think they were interested to know me, which is why I managed to like integrate well into that class. So I think just be confident of yourself lah, because they also don't know how smart you are, they don't know how dumb you are. Just just talk to them about life and everything. And yeah, we do have a life lah. So all's good.
Okay, nice. So right, I think that like when we enter JCs and stuff, the common sentiment among like everybody is that you really need a CCA or like I think for some schools, I think your school CCA is compulsory, right?
Yeah.
Oh, because well, my school CCA isn't compulsory. I think the common sentiment is that we need a CCA to make friends or like to have a life. Yeah, and I don't know if we all agree with that, so let's discuss that later. But first, I think we should just talk about the different CCAs we're from. Okay, so you wanna start?
Sure. I was in choir. Actually, I was in choir since P1 all the way until JC2. And I DSA'd into NJC through choir.
I was in basketball in Hwa Chong, and actually I DSA'd also from SC to Hwa Chong. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was from fencing, and I've been from fencing since I was in secondary 1.
For me personally, I DSA'd to Nanyang Girls High School through Wushu. But then when I went to Hwa Chong, I decided to drop Wushu and pick up Match Street, which is like a new CCA for me. So I had to like go for the trials and stuff. Oh yeah, let's talk about the trials. So like, for you, you were in fencing CCA all your life.
So
no
for me,
trials.
there was no trials for me lah. So I can just move on from Sec 4 to J1. But obviously for everyone else, there's trials.
Yeah.
And yeah, you don't really need prior experience for that. Because from what I know, most of the girls back then wanted to trial for Hwa Chong fencing because there was some Korean drama called 25-21. So I think it was broadcasted during like the December period or something.
Oh.
So when they got into JC, they were all like, oh, I want to join fencing because of 25-21 or whatever.
Real.
So,
Real.
Real,
I don't know
real,
why.
real.
So I think most of them just watched a Korean drama and wanted to join. So yeah, to them it was like, yeah, they just wanted to try a new sport lah. And then
Yeah.
yeah,
But was the trials very selective? Like, was it very hard? Was it like a long process?
I think it was a new sport for everybody. So there were a lot of people who were interested.
So no
lah.
prior
So
experience
no
was
prior
really
experience
needed.
needed, but they needed like a fitness test. And
Yeah,
from what
yeah.
I remembered, there was interviews for
Oh,
because they
intense.
kind of want to like suss out how proactive you are lah. Because we want people who are not just good fencers but also good people lah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice. That's
So I
nice.
think that's a very good culture in our team lah. Because
Okay.
we want people who are able to get along, who are able to take the initiative to lead lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. For me, I DSA'd to Nanyang with Wushu. So when I came to Hwa Chong, I had the option to continue Wushu or drop Wushu. And I chose to drop Wushu because of a knee injury and I wanted to try something new. So I personally chose to go into Match Street, and there was like a selection process and there was like a trial. And I personally have zero dance experience. Like I could not dance or anything like that. And I just like put myself out there. I was like, I'm just gonna try something new. So I went for the trial and it was really fun and I got in. So I went in. But spoilers alert, I quit in J2. It was really great though.
Wait, why you quit?
Okay, I think this is like moving on a bit fast, but I think the common sentiment among like people is that you need a CCA to make friends and to have a life and stuff. So I chose to go into Match Street because it was something new and I thought that it was like novel and fun. But after going in for like a year, I met like amazing people and I will not take that back. Like the people that were like super amazing and I had a lot of fun like learning about dance. But I just realized that it wasn't for me because like personally, I think I'm more outgoing and I really liked like the ability to just like choose my time and I didn't like having to commit to because like I feel like Hwa Chong was really so tiring and at the end of the day I didn't want to be forced to go to like a CCA like because I had to go and I felt like my passions lied elsewhere. I picked up like wakeboarding and I did boxing for a while and that was really fun because I enjoyed like meeting new people too and being able to choose my time on what I want to like put my time to and not be like committed to anything. And on the point where I think a lot of the common sentiment is that you need CCA to make friends. I don't really agree with that because I think that my class was awesome and I think my class was really bonded. So just from my class and just like being open to talk to people helped me a lot to navigate like social situations and just talk to more people. And I think I had a very like vibrant social life, although my J2 had no CCA. My J2 life had no CCA. Yeah.
I think your CCA doesn't really define you lah. Cause
Yeah.
I think most of us by J2 by like April or like
You step
May,
down.
yeah, you
It's
step
like
down
a
lah.
short run
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. So in the end, your priorities in JCs
Yeah.
are your studies lah and your mental health, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's most important lah. So
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta do things that you have to do lah.
Yeah.
Like these are difficult decisions that you have to make cause
Yeah.
it was tough lah.
It's hard to juggle.
Yeah.
Like,
Fencing became like something that I was dreading lah, cause it was taking up 9 hours of my time every week. So yeah, but in the end I decided to push on lah. Yeah.
nice.
Nice.
Awesome. Okay, on the point of like it being hard to juggle like school and CCAs, which I think is something you really need to like take into consideration when you want to choose like a CCA, because there are like CCAs that are more high commitment and CCAs that are less commitment. I think for me it was like dance. It was 2 times per week, 2 hours each time, which is not 9 hours. It was 4 hours. But I think we had like extra pracs in the morning if you wanted to go for performances. I think for you, Sarah, you're also in like a very competitive CCA, right?
Yeah.
Basketball is like crazy.
Yeah,
Talk
it's,
about
it's
like
very, very like high commitment.
NSG, like talk about national school games and like how
Okay.
that was like.
Okay, so like, okay, I don't, for Hwa Chong, like the basketball CCA is very, very high commitment. So we have like 4 CCA days a week, and they're all like around 3 hours each. So we have 3 court training days and then 1 gym day. So usually our court training days are like 6 to 9 p.m. But that's because like for our CCA, I think this also applies to like volleyball. Shenle would know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Shout out to Shenle
shout
again.
out to Shenle again. So it's like, so our CCAs, we really like want every single member to be present, because we're like a team sport, right? So we always wait for like the latest person to like end their timetable, because in JC, right, because of different subject combi, everybody will have a different like timetable, so you can end at like as early as like 12.
And
Yeah.
as late as like 6, I think.
Yeah, so especially if you take Chinese like me, like I took H1 Chinese in J1, so my classes always end at like 6 p.m, which is super shag.
Yeah.
Like, super shag. Yeah, and then immediately after I would have CCA, so it's like until 9 p.m. So it's like I don't really have time to like study also after that, because once I end, then I go home. I haven't eat dinner or like shower or anything. Then by the time I'm finished with everything, it's almost like 12 a.m. Yeah. Then never study lah, just go sleep. no, but okay. So, but honestly, it was okay in J1, but like this like lifestyle in J2 really like had a toll on me, because J2 years like really, really stressful. It's like you only have less than like half a year to learn the remaining of your syllabus, and after that you need to revise like everything from J1 before your A-levels. So I thought like, oh shit, I don't really know if I can really like juggle all of that. And also because I had an exco position, I was the vice captain, so I had to like plan events, and sometimes you have to plan events like in Hwa Chong. So like we do like we had this thing in J1 called like Festival of the Sports and the Arts. So it's like sports CCA and like non-sports CCA, we will have a collaboration, and then we will just like plan activities for each other to try out, so we can expose each other lah to like sports people exposed to like non-sports stuff. That's the non-sports people get exposed to like sports stuff lor. Yeah. Yeah. So it was hard lah, but eventually it was like okay, because in J2 you don't have to take Chinese anymore if you don't plan to retake lah. So between the timing where I end school, normally I end around like 3 p.m. Then my CCA starts at 6, so I'll have like 2 to 2.5 hours to study in between. So I'll just use that time to like catch up on my work and stuff. But really very hectic lah, 4 days a week. Yeah.
Sounds very intense.
Yeah, and training is really tiring. But
Yeah.
I love basketball.
Yay!
And I love Hwa Chong. I love Hwa Chong basketball. I think it was really like a fun experience for me. Like, cause I DS8, so initially, and I knew that going into this team, I was going to be the only team member who is not from Nanyang Girls High. So I was like kind of scared that I couldn't fit in properly or anything. But I'm really like grateful for my teammates because they really like helped me feel like part of the team. You know?
Awesome.
Yeah, awesome.
Love that. Okay, like as for me, because I was also in like a really competitive spot in Nanyang, I think that the relationship that I had with like maybe my peers in, you know, a competitive spot or like in CCA is different from maybe your class. So do you think you could like talk about that? Do you think there's a difference between the friends that you make in CCA and the friends that you make in school or like academic settings, you know? Is it?
I mean, yeah. So like, okay, because I come from like a team sport, so and our trainings are so like tiring and rigorous, right? So like the bond that we this is so cringe, but like the bond that we have is really like, yeah, like because like we like go through all those tough trainings together
yeah.
and everything. So it's like the bond I have with my teammates is really like, but okay, but that doesn't mean that my friendship with my classmates is like not super like, you know, yeah, yeah. I don't know like what can I use besides this?
Solid, man.
Solid, okay, solid man. Like okay, so like for my classmate, it's like for my classmates, I feel like I'm more close to my friend group. Then like I just talk to some people like some from time to time. So my friend group, I feel like I'm also close to them because like we all have like similar personalities. We have like similar interests. Like even though like we're all from different CCAs, different backgrounds, like I really like love my friend group in like for my class. Yeah.
For you, Nikita, because you're in like a performing arts sports, right? So performing arts sports, performing arts CCA. Is there like a difference? Do you think, or like what's your CCA experience like?
Okay, first of all, guys, I love choir so much. Okay, there's a reason I've been in it for 12 years, without
Wow.
fail. Like, I was like committed in like Sec 1 when I got into like NJC, like the secondary choir. I was like, okay, this is what I'm doing for the next 6 years. So actually the thing about NJC choir is that our choir is very small, compared to other schools. So actually my cohort only had 10 people, and then our seniors had also about like 10 or 11 people. Then the next cohort, my juniors, also had about the same amount. So we were a very small choir, and this is actually very considerably small because for SYF, when we qualify for SYF, the minimum number of people you need to have is 24. So we didn't have enough people, and we had to like submit an appeal to participate in SYF, and we still got distinction. So
Awesome.
so the thing is, even though it's not like a sport, like a team sport, I feel like it's really like a CCA that you need to rely on each other, because especially because our choir is so small. Like even if one person is off, you can tell, and it will throw off the entire performance. So it was really like I think preparing for SYF and our concert was a little bit difficult because we had like maybe 3 months to learn all of our songs and perform them. I mean, that's for the newer cohort that came in, right? So it was a bit difficult, but I think we put together very well. Yeah. As for my friends in choir, okay, I love everyone from my choir. Like I think that we actually are quite close knit as a choir. I still talk to most of them. So when it comes to like them versus like my class friends, I think that there is a difference lah. I don't think that I necessarily don't have a life if I don't have CCA, because yeah, I still had like some friends in my class that I was close to, and the friendship is built on different things, right? So in class, usually you make friends with maybe people you sit next to, or like maybe you coincidentally found a common interest. But in your CCA, it's like, oh, we already have this existing common interest, and this thing that we're doing together, and we're also spending time together. Like for us, we had 2.5 hours 2 times a week, so a 5-hour week lah.
Wow.
Which is not as rigorous as
Yeah.
the sports CCAs, I'm realizing, but yeah, I feel like that was actually a lot of time that we spent together, and again, like because we were so small, like I knew most of my choir members to like in like a personal level, like their own like personal interests and everything. So whereas in a class setting, it's like you're mostly studying, you're trying to focus on the teacher, so you have to take your own time outside of class, so like in recess, or like maybe you want to go out. So I feel like it actually is harder to cultivate a friendship with your classmates than it is with CCA mates. But it's not impossible. Like if you put in the work, like it will pay off lah.
Yeah.
I mean, at least that's like my opinion. Yeah.
Okay, and for you, Darius, I think fencing is more of like an individual sport, right? Because like for the three of us, our sport was more like team-based. So what was that like? Do you think you had like a very close bond with your team? Wait, y'all went to Korea, right? Together.
Oh no, I wasn't part of that.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, but they went to Korea.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's true lah that fencing is an individual sport. So just to share, like for NSG, a lot of sports actually like have NSG over like a span of a few weeks. But for fencing, it's just one day.
Oh.
Yeah, it's literally a one day thing. So like you reach there at 9 and you
Damn.
just fight until you're eliminated. So I have friends who reach there at 9 and get knocked out by 10.
Oh.
So you train 1 year just for 1 hour of competition time.
Oh my god.
So that's something that I didn't know about fencing before I actually started competing.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was quite interesting lah. So I think in terms of the friendship part of fencing, I think we still do try to make sure that we get to spend time as a team lah, in terms of like warm-ups and like playing games before we actually move on to our own training. And especially since like I was the most experienced member within our team, or
Yeah.
within my weapon, I actually
Wait,
also
what
had
weapon
to,
were you in?
I was in foil.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Wait, there's different kind of weapons.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
3 kinds.
Shall we-
Really?
Yeah.
Wait,
shall
teach
we
me
change
the-
this into like some.
Tell me what weapons
Wait,
there
so
are.
like there's 3 weapons in fencing. So epee, saber, and foil. So for foil, right, the target area is like your upper torso. Then for epee is your whole body, including your head and your feet. Then for saber, which is the one that was featured on 25-21, it was you can slash your opponent. So for the upper body, you can just slash them
Oh.
instead of poking. Yeah.
Oh.
Facts.
Oh.
Them.
Yeah, I think a lot of people
Damn,
who
bro.
know that I'm from fencing like actually ask me like, oh, what are the 3 different weapons or that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, in terms of friendships, yeah, you still get to have friendships that are meaningful because in the end, you are still fighting for the same goal, which is to get overall champion for Hwa Chong. Because even though like points are tabulated individually, but they are like accumulated to determine which school is in first place. So I think we all had the same goal, which is to retain our first position. Because for NSG 2022, when I was in J1, we actually lost first position to RI. Yeah, so I think we had like this strong resolve to clinch it back. Yeah, so definitely the friendship part wasn't a problem lah. But I think just to add on, CCA is not just about the friendship because there's a lot of like personal growth behind it lah.
Yeah, yeah.
In terms of like
definitely.
how you deal with friendships, conflicts,
Yeah.
or like even like persevering lah. Because really in JC your life is like super duper hectic,
Yeah.
and like there were times where I would fall asleep during CCA.
Wait, during CCA, not during class time. Wait, how do you fall asleep during CCA?
What?
Wait, what? Like, if you tell me you fall asleep during class time, then
I think
okay,
before
understand,
NSG
yeah.
my
Crazy.
life was quite hectic lah. Cause like I had to pass down a lot of like service learning projects. So like I had to conduct a lot of interviews, and then I also participated in some essay competition, which
Whoa.
I had to churn out some 2,000 word essay within 1 month lah. So
ChatGPT.
yeah, so it was quite hectic. So there were most of the days I was sleeping at 3 o'clock lah, which that's not how JC is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it's not
Um,
everyone's JC life, but
Yeah, most though, most
yeah,
though.
most don't sleep at 3 a.m. every day. But for me, it was reality lah back then, from January to April in 2023. Back was in J2. So yeah, there were times where I'll get very tired in CCA lah. So we would be doing like planking. That was just
So you're
or like nod
plank-
off. doing
then you,
planking.
oh my god, how you're like
Because
in
like-
pain, then you like
Yeah, I mean,
like-
then I'm like,
Oh my
God,
god,
like-
man.
Wow, damn shag, man.
so sian. Yeah,
Oh
so
my god.
I would have like my captain would suddenly like ask me, "Are you okay or not?" I'm like, I'm okay, but I'm tired. But
Sleep
I
deprived.
mean, yeah, it's just a phase lah. Yeah, so
So we did planking in
you really
choir,
learn a lot.
we just-
Yeah.
Like we do planking so that we can like build our stamina and like
oh my god.
and stuff. And like I don't know, like every time our student conductor made us do planking, I feel like we could never fall asleep because we're all just like dying there.
Yeah, like you're shaking, your whole
cannot,
body
we're,
is
like,
shaking.
shaking.
And you're like, you know
Like,
what? Now's a good time
You
for a
sing-
nap.
You sing and plank.
Sometimes.
Oh.
Oh.
But usually we
got the
convince our
six-pack.
student conductor to not make us do that because
Wow.
it's too much.
Oh my god.
So yeah.
Maybe you should try that singing while you play.
I'm not doing
Yeah.
No.
Keep you awake, keep you awake.
I'm done with that life, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's mention about like character building like in CCA. So like Ninn, like even though you didn't have a CCA in like
Yeah.
J2, like do you think
My character
character
growth
builds-
was hindered.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I did not say that. I did not say that.
So like some context, I grew up in competitive sports. Like I grew up doing wushu. I started when I was like in primary school, and I was like hardcore up till like Sec 3 when COVID hit and I dislocated my knee. So like double whammy. But after that I slowed down. So I feel like a lot of the point of CCA maybe outside of friendships is also to like expose you to more stuff and also learn things like perseverance and like discipline or maybe like hard work and like teamwork. And I feel like I got all these maybe like skills from secondary school and primary school when I used to do like competitive wushu, like things like discipline and hard work. I think I got it. So personally, like going to JC and not having a CCA for 1 year, I would say like even if I did not have a CCA for 2 years, I would not have. I definitely took away new skills from my CCA, mainly like putting myself out there and like learning a new skill which I did not have beforehand. But I would say that it's not like something that is compulsory for people. So I think that like because you mentioned that you slept at 3 a.m., which I think is like crazy, like definitely not healthy. But I think for me at least, when I went to this school, I feel like there was this impression that you have to sacrifice like one of three things, which is like your school life, your cats, or like, backtrack.
Okay, like social life,
Your
cats,
social life, cats,
and sleep. Yeah.
Okay, so do you think that's like a myth or is it like fact or fiction? Is that correct?
I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah.
fact or fiction.
it depends on person lah, like person to person. Cause, I mean, when I walked into JC, I had ambitions already. Like, you get what I mean? Like, I knew what course I wanted to pursue. And
Ambitious man.
yeah, so I knew what I wanted to commit to. I had some commitments already set out lah for my JC life. So definitely it's like, there's a lot of trade-offs, which include sleep lah. But I think for me is, I enjoy what I do. So for me, sacrificing sleep is not something that seems like, it won't crush me to sleep less lah. Cause there were things that I enjoyed. And it was a goal that I knew I had to pursue, and it was a goal that I knew I had to hit it lah. So I don't think that trade-off really matters to me, cause regardless, I enjoyed my time in Hwa Chong and just doing the things I committed to lah. So yeah.
So like I think, like a lot of experts say that if you're sleeping at 3 a.m. every day, it means you're getting like 3 hours of sleep maybe.
Yeah,
Because
for
you
a
wake
fact,
up
I
at
don't
6.
sleep at 3 a.m. every day lah.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah.
Mostly yes
but
lah,
mostly
during the
yes.
busy periods.
Do you think that affected like your moods? Like how was your mental health like at that point in time?
I
If
think
you were sleeping during training.
I was tired, but I don't think I was depressed or anything, because as I mentioned, I did enjoy the things I do, which is
Yeah.
why I'm willing to commit so much time. So I
Yeah.
think it's mainly in JC because there's like this rush for portfolio, right? I think y'all should commit to things that you enjoy doing and don't commit to things that you don't enjoy doing. Like as many people say, JC life is a buffet table lah. So it's a bunch of portfolio there for you to chase, for you to grab lah, for you to compete with other people for. But in the end, you just choose what you want and then you enjoy the process lah. So think of it as a time to heal also. Like for example, I do a lot of volunteer activities. And for me, it's not something that I find as work lah. It was something that I really enjoy. Like for example, I volunteer with my grassroots. And I really enjoy talking to my residents, interacting with them and understanding their issues lah, and knowing that by giving them the assistance that they need, you are giving them a lot of hope. So for me, that's something that made me a lot happier and made me feel a lot of purpose in my life lah. So I think don't see these commitments as like a burden to your life or something that you really need to do it just so you can get into law school, to medical school. Then I think you wouldn't feel so down about not having enough sleep, not having enough social life. Because to me, that was something that I enjoyed doing lah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So like as a recap, for you, you think that your CCA or your extracurriculars should always be something that you choose out of passion and that goes there and that when you go there you get like energy from, rather than something that you just choose for the portfolio, and that's how you cope with like lack of sleep.
I don't think it's a coping mechanism for the lack of sleep. I think the lack of sleep is an
It's like
effect
inevitable.
effect of me committing to a lot of things in my life lah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
It
think
helps a lot to just choose the
it
things
helps a lot to
that-
choose the things
yeah.
that you enjoy, and if you don't enjoy it, then you can drop it lah and choose
Okay,
not to
yeah.
commit so much to it.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
Yeah, I feel like wait, you say
you know you say
me,
Scissors, paper, stone.
Scissors, paper, stone. No, scissors, paper, stone. Come on. Scissors, paper, stone. Scissors, paper, stone.
Okay.
Okay, you say first.
Okay. Actually, when you said about how you got the impression that we have to sacrifice either social life, sleep, or ACADS, I feel like I actually did kind of do that, because the thing about me is that I cannot function without like at least 6 hours of sleep. Like, as a person,
Same.
I cannot stay awake in class. So actually, if I sacrifice my sleep, then as a side effect, I also sacrifice my ACADS, because I can't stay awake if I don't get enough sleep. So I feel like actually for for when I started out JC, that was what happened. So I stayed up a lot. So when I was sleeping really late, and so as a effect of that, like in class, I wasn't very attentive. I was like very sleepy to the point where like I would fall asleep and I wouldn't even realize that I fell asleep, and then I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh my god, I fell asleep for like half an hour and I didn't even know. And like I think my teachers thought that I just didn't like their class or whatever, but even like some classes where the teachers were going through like very interesting things that I actually really really wanted to pay attention to and learn, like I could not keep my eyes open and like learn what they were saying, even if it was like my favorite teacher, my favorite topic, whatever, it didn't matter. So I feel like in the beginning there was a lot of sacrifice in terms of my sleep and my acads, but I think like as time went on, I was like, okay, clearly staying up doesn't work for me, so I switched to sleeping early, waking up early. So I slept at like I slept by like 10 or 11, and then I woke up at like 4 or 5, and then I studied in the morning if it was a late day. If not, I just leave for school. And I think that worked better for me because like even if I find something really really passionate that I'm really really passionate about, it won't work out if I don't have the sleep necessary for it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really good though. 4 5 a.m. Oh, could never.
Just curious though, what is a late day? Like,
How late is late?
we don't have late. Do we have late days?
Oh,
No,
I mean
no,
like
no.
our late days
I think
aren't that
late days
big
is
also.
including CCAs, is it?
No, as in for my school, we had like on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, our school started at 8, but I mean like assembly at 7:40 and then school started at 8. But then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it was an hour later. So our assembly was at 8:40. But sometimes people also had lessons in the morning, so they didn't actually have a late day. I was just lucky enough to not have any morning lessons, so I got to have my late day. Yeah.
But you need to go to school like at like the specific timing if you have a late day.
We only need to go at 8:40. If it's an 8:40 assembly day, we just have to be there by 8:40. If it's 7:40 assembly day, we only have to be there at 7:40. Yeah.
That's so sad though. Imagine you have like class only at like 2 p.m. Then you go at 8:40. Then like what?
Oh, you know, actually my friend had that. Like she had like one lesson in the entire day, and it was at like 11.
Oh,
And then after that she could go home, but then like she had to wait for her lesson to end.
Wow.
Yeah.
okay lah. I guess you can use that time to like study. Yeah, so it's good also.
I think
Just
we
stop
just
lah.
slept lor.
Yeah, sleep. Yeah,
I
sleep is
mean,
important.
I can catch up on sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, but honestly, I feel like okay, depends on the person, but I feel like you have to give up sleep, a bit of sleep. It's like inevitable. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, especially like cause my CCA ended at like 9, so I would sleep 4.5 hours, like most of the days. But then like weekends, I just like crash. Oh no, but I've CCA on the weekends.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Shag.
Yeah, okay, so my CCA days are like Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Yeah, but that's because like the only reason why we have CCA on like Saturday mornings is because our CCA is so like intense. Then we don't want to like squeeze all 4 days into the weekday. So it's like better for our bodies also like to recover and stuff. So that's why we go into the weekend also. But it's not just my CCA, guys. Don't worry. Tuition after CCA. Yeah.
Shag life, bro.
Yeah, shag. But so I feel like sleep, you have to lose it. It's like okay lah. But personally, I felt that I gave up my studies a little bit because I'm someone who really like prioritizes sleep, just like Nikitha. Yeah, so studies yeah, especially in the first half of the year because we had like NSG, like you have like SYF, everything. So like everybody's busy. So not everybody, like people tend to give up their studies in the first half of the year. So you see like during your block test or like mid-year exams, then your grades are kind of like oh my god. Yeah, okay lah, you know. But like by then like after you see your grades, then you'll be like, oh my god, I need to like buck up right now. So then it's like okay, you'll be able to catch up eventually. So don't worry, it's fine.
Yeah. I think for me, like in the little trilemma, Okay, so I personally have ADHD, which made like school hard. I would say like JC compared to secondary school was so different for me, and I really couldn't cope. Cause I feel like for secondary school it was so much like someone's like holding your hand, and I like my hand to be held. Like I remember like our lessons were lessons. I feel like for Hwa Chong, it's a bit more self-directed learning. Like for math, we don't have any. It was all like online tutorials that you have to watch on your own time. So like guys, if you end school at like 4 p.m., you still have to like catch up on tutorials and watch your own lectures by yourself.
Yeah, because you have no math lectures.
You have no like physical class lessons, so you still have to go home and watch videos and stuff. And yeah, you're like kind of expected to do that. And for me, as someone with ADHD, I found that so hard. Like I could not sit through the videos, and it was really, really, really tough for me. And I felt like, especially when I had like CCA and I was committed to more things, it was really hard to juggle, because I felt like every time I went to school, it was hard to pay attention in lessons and stuff. But after giving up my CCA, which was honestly just 4 hours per week, but I feel like it really made all the difference, like in terms of like energy levels and stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, what's our common consensus? Do we agree that it's fact or fiction?
Fact lah.
Fact.
I feel like fact lah.
Okay, facts. Facts.
Yeah, I think it's
facts.
No, but there are some people who are really like all rounded.
Solid,
really
man.
all rounded.
Solid.
Like they have
Yeah.
enough sleep, then they still
Have a lot of friends.
a lot of friends, high commitment CCAs, good academics,
Yeah.
and someone that can be like national team kind of sports person. So it's like
Yeah. It's how you cope.
it's really
Yeah.
like how you
Time-
plan your
time
time
management
also.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just not good at planning my time.
Yeah,
so
this is
Yeah.
for the common consensus for the average person. Facts.
facts. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Okay, speed run. Let's give our best advice for like the new J1s.
Oh, me first. Okay.
Anyone can go first.
YOLO. Just have fun lah.
YOLO dab
Honestly.
swag.
Yeah, YOLO swag. Legit. Like just have fun in your J1 year. J2 then you
Study.
study. Yeah lah. J1 just promote can already. Honestly.
Okay, for me it will be relax. Like honestly, just stay calm and just like go in. Cause I feel like you might have a lot of like expectations in your head of like what your friends should look like what school should look like, what grades you should be getting. But honestly speaking, I feel like just go in and don't let your expectations like hinder reality, if that makes sense. Like just experience everything, be open to new people, be open to like trying new things, and just have fun. Honestly, like everyone says that JC is really stressful, which it is, but when you get there, you will be able to cope, because like everyone else copes too. So like, don't worry too much. Just like go in. Okay, anyone else?
I think that you should relax, you should have fun, and then you should also like make sure that you don't push too much of your ACADS to your JC2.
Okay, that's true though.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
don't YOLO so much.
Yeah.
Like forget what I said. Don't YOLO too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like you don't need to like constantly study. I feel like you can leave that for like the second half of J2. Cause so until then, I feel like maybe like you can do your weekly revisions and your active recall and all that stuff, so that instead of one-shotting everything like a week before your promos, you like already know everything. So I feel like it would be easier for you also. And also like if you want to do any non-academic things in JC, you should probably do it in J1. Because in J2, no more time already.
Okay, that's true.
Right,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think for me, in contrast to what the other three girls shared, I think you shouldn't like YOLO your first year. Like, yeah,
Pace yourself
yeah,
out.
pace yourself out. Cause as everyone says, JC is a marathon, so you don't leave it to the last minute to chiong lah. But definitely when you go into JC, first think about enjoying yourself first lah, finding that group of friends that you can trust, because the support system really matters a lot
Yeah,
for
I
JC.
agree.
And yeah, keep your mind open, because there's a lot of opportunities that you get to have and you get to experience lah. And yeah, JC really is a period for you to try a lot of new stuff. Like you get to explore interests that you haven't, or you even get to, you find new motivations in life that you actually never knew you had. So yeah, definitely keep an open mind in JC and stay confident lah.
Yeah. Be nice to people.
Yeah.
And like you attract.
Yeah, use
Yeah,
this time to
yeah,
make
yeah.
connections and everything.
Yeah. Okay. We have come to the end of our very first podcast episode.
Yay!
And if you like our content and want to see more, you should
Bye.
Share.
subscribe.
and comment on any like feedback you want to give us. Thank you for watching.